the 1989 Mazda B series light pickup. An 80s truck that drives like a 90s truck. Far ahead of its time and far behind my time. A vehicle of pure utility. A pickup that knows what it wants to do and does it. Nothing more and nothing less. A no-frills set of wheels for most anything you want to throw at it. Mazda claimed that this pickup would dish out 125 horsepower from the factory. I'm sure that number has lowered in the last 35 years, but it has never felt lacking in power for my needs. Getting up to highway speeds quickly can be a struggle, but once you're there, cruising is a breeze. But you don't buy a truck like this for the quarter mile. This is a reliable, around-town K truck that happens to also do fantastic off-road. Having on-demand four-wheel drive without having to deal with locking hubs is fantastic. For much of the world, this might not matter, but having this feature in Alaska during a record snowfall winter, this feature was much appreciated. The B-Series was offered in a 2.2-liter and a 2.6-liter engine. I'm lucky enough to have found the latter. This, paired with a fairly light clutch and a 5-speed manual transmission, make this a joy to drive. As far as pickups go, the clutch is somewhat responsive. Obviously it's not a T56 or anything, but it's certainly better than most trucks I've driven. I don't know much about my truck's history, but I assume it must have been purchased in Alaska and sat in someone's driveway as a winter or firewood truck for many years. This is a very Alaskan rig. It came with some stickers on the rear window that I find funny, a campaign sticker from 8 years ago and a hunting club membership. For its age, it's held up really well. There's minimal rust throughout, and all of the original decals are still in place. The storage box was on there when I got it, and it's very helpful because this truck really lacks in storage. It also lacks in airbags, having none, and ABS. But for what it is, I'm just glad I have seat belts and a CD player. 140,000 miles and going strong. I've had almost zero issues, and the issues that I have had only prove that this truck was built to last. At one point, the engine ran very poorly after a cold start at about 10 below zero. I drove the rest of the day, assuming that it would warm up and sort itself out. The next morning, I noticed that one of the spark plug wires had fallen out of the magneto, and my truck had been running on only 3 cylinders. After a quick reinstall, it ran like a champ. But the most common theme on this truck really is rugged reliability at the cost of luxury. These trucks can still be seen all over the world doing all kinds of jobs. Mazda would keep selling the B-Series into the 2000s, and I think they were always good trucks. The last generation was made in North America, unlike the Hiroshima construction of the older models, but they were still really solid pickups. With current trends and laws, it is unlikely we will ever see these trucks come back. These cheap, reliable, and sometimes slightly unsafe utility vehicles will probably become more expensive and desirable as time goes on. But for now, they are still common enough in rural America. If you get a chance to own or drive one of these pieces of automotive history, I would definitely recommend it.